What's up you guys, my name is Dylan and I'm going to give you an unboxing. As you can see, I accidentally damaged the box, which I did not want to happen, but it's okay, I guess, for the sake of the intro. So today my gaming keyboard arrived and I was thinking, why not give it a review? So right now what I'm going to do is give you my personal opinion on specific keyboard, and as well as give you what I like, what I dislike, and pretty much sum up to a conclusion whether it's worth the money or not. So let's get to the unboxing. There isn't that much going on in the front, and at the back you have your features listed: performance features, advanced gaming features, and design. Inside the box you have your keyboard, which comes in a cloth type cover, and your keyboard manual. First look at the keyboard looks pretty cool, and the letters engraved are still very clear even without backlight colors on. But one thing I saw as a con in this keyboard is the bulky design at the top. It doesn't look so good and I don't understand why it's there. I will rant more about this later on. It has a gold plated USB connector and a braided USB cord, which for me is a huge plus. Looking from the side of the keyboard, you can see that the keycaps are not flat. It has a wave type design for ergonomics so that your hands won't get stressed out after long hours of gaming or for typing. You have your plastic feet at the bottom, which I find very useful since I need that extra space allowance because I will be tucking in my USB port extension at the bottom to keep it hidden until I get to use it again. At the bottom you have your Egregius logo, and at the top you have your LED indicators for numlock, caps lock, and Windows lock key. When your computer powers on, the backlight automatically turns on set to the color green. This has 7 different illuminated backlight color options, which are green, red, blue, yellow, purple, cyan, white, and off. I also like how they added this line on the spacebar to add some accent. At the top you can find your keyboard lock key, which can be turned on using the function key and F11. Useful when you're leaving your desk, but the downside to this is that it's missing an indicator whether the keyboard lock is on or not. You also have this LED at the top for aesthetics, but only lights up in red. This is standard keyboard layout, so you have your number pad at the side with really good premium looking fonts. The Egregius logo also lights up and changes color along with the other keys. This, however, is a membrane keyboard, so don't expect any premium feel feedbacks when gaming. It also has a bleeding lighting effect, which rotates to all of the 7 colors. You can also change the speed of the transition from color to low, medium, or high by holding down the function key and pressing either minus or plus on your keyboard. As you can see, the WASD keys have arrows engraved and vice versa to the arrow keys. That's because this keyboard has a feature where you can swap your functions by holding down the function key and pressing W. Again, there is no LED indicator for this feature. You can press the function key plus Q to change the input speed, but I honestly don't see any significant difference. So, after all of that being said, here are my final thoughts about the keyboard. First, let's start off with the cons. I think it could have had a much better design if they could have just removed the top panel from the keyboard, since they already have their function keys and their multimedia keys integrated to the F1, and so on and so forth. And I think their logo could have been better if they have just used a futuristic font instead of a complicated Harry Potter style font. One thing I want to address is that they could have just added more LED indicators for their additional features like swappable keys, input speed, and all the other stuff that I have mentioned in the review. And another thing, I don't really understand what's the purpose of their input speed. I don't see any significant difference at all. It's probably because I type at 80 words per minute. Now let me give my 2 cents on the good side of this keyboard. Number 1, they have very nice backlighting. Even though it's a cheap keyboard, the backlight doesn't look very cheap. Other than that, they also have 7 colors to choose from. So in case I want to change my theme to this kind of color scheme, I could just set it to any color I want among the 7 that's included. I think the swappable keys features might be useful to other gamers, although I myself don't know if I may be able to utilize this feature, but I'm pretty sure some of you out there may find this useful. Also, another thing, the breathing effect on this keyboard. I love how they included just even just one lighting effect, since your keyboard sitting down won't look dull with just one keyboarder lit on. And lastly, this thing is pretty cheap with tons of features. I mean, all the other keyboards in this price point don't have as much features as this one. Some only have a single color, blue backlighting, and just some multimedia keys. And that's it. But this keyboard has tons of features, which I really think that it's a good buy for me. I don't think I can say that I regret buying this keyboard, and I would also recommend this. But if you have a higher budget, I would recommend that you just buy a higher end keyboard as well. So that's it for this review, and I hope to see you in the next video.